Hello everyone and welcome to yet another video about the KWA Tavor GBB Airsoft rifle. So today I have an NPAS performance test for you. This should have been out some time ago, but I hadn't had the time to make this video. So currently it is the end of December 2024. Some of the video material that I will be showing was made already 2.5 years ago. So I bought this rifle, I looked it up, in April of 2022. That was, I believe, the last batch that Rainbow 8 amongst maybe some other retailers have ever gotten from KWA. I noticed it coming back in stock and I just had to buy it because I was already looking out for this rifle for some time back then. So in April it got shipped to me, and when it arrived I immediately started playing around with it, and I noticed that this thing was shooting way too hot. So that is also the first part of the shooting test that I will show. That is the stock rifle, and you will see that it shoots really hot. Now that material was filmed in June 2022, so around the summer period here in the Netherlands, and it should have been around 25 to 30 degrees in the room where I'm sitting. So keep that in mind, because I did not got that on camera. Then the second part, that was filmed at one of the local airsoft fields that's not too far from where I live. That was in August. Also temperatures there, not really sure. It was in the morning. At least it was also in August, so the temperature should have been around 20 degrees, something like that. You will see that in that video I was testing the first prototype of the current design of the NPAS. So there were some ideas before that didn't work because I tried to design the NPAS without having to do all the modifications as I've shown in previous videos, but that didn't work. So then I designed the current version of the NPAS, and I had that printed in SLA Acura 60 something. But that is a really nice material to print because it is very accurate, it is also very smooth, and it doesn't require any post-processing. However, I found out that it was really brittle, and that broke the second skirm after that, I believe, that we did in the chambers in Belgium, because I was experiencing some really weird behavior, but still the rifle kept functioning and I was able to make some hits that day. But as soon as I took it out, the NPAS then broke into like a few dozen pieces. That's just what happened. The SLA 3D printed material on paper looks better than what it is in reality. So that was not the material the NPASs should be continue to be made out of. So that is when I switched to a different material, like it is how it currently is, and that is holding up just fine. So the last part of the video will then be about shooting it right now here in this room. It is now at the end of December. Currently it's about 19 degrees in this room. That is at least plus or minus 1 degree. When I did the testing it was showing 18 degrees Celsius. So just keep that in mind. The gas that I was testing in also the previous videos, so the first test video with the unmodified bolt, and also the first prototype of the current NPAS design, I'm not sure anymore. I did not record that, I didn't write it down anywhere, so I'm not sure anymore. The last few videos, or the last few chronograph results that I will be showing on video, I used Philax green gas and the little bit stronger blue gas. As you can see here, what you also must remember, that because it is currently winter time, the rifle will perform less anyway. It's not the most gas efficient gun. I tried my best to improve on the gas efficiency as much as I could, for example by shimming magazines, but that's it. It's not a airsoft rifle I think you want to be using in the wintertime. It's just not really suited for that. Maybe with some different gas you might get different results. It's always heavily dependent on that. And you will also see that as of this moment, with this gas, this temperature, that the energy fluctuations are more than in the video with the first prototype. Now, it's just how it is, but it still shows that the NPAS is very capable of being adjusted to a setting that you need, and also that it can perform pretty well, but it just depends on a lot of factors. So even the quality of the BBs can matter, the gas can matter, the ambient temperature, all those factors add up into how well it performs. Just remember, it is not the most gas efficient and most consistent gun, and with these modifications that I've done, so with the NPAS, with shimming the bolt, it is already way better than it was stock. Let's get into the chronograph results, and we will start off with how this thing was shooting right out of the box. Alright, so we're testing. Currently I have the bolt with the NPAS installed, and first few shots were right around 1.5 joules with 0.32s, so that's pretty good. So now the NPAS is almost turned off. I think I can turn it off just a little bit more, but this is already nice, and also the FPS differences are not that much. So there's my other bolt with the regular flow restricting valve that I machined myself, but it's giving a lot of energy fluctuations. This seems to be far less, so that's nice. So let me now turn the NPAS in a little bit, because I'm going for 1.2 joules or just below that, and then we'll see. Alright, so I turned the NPAS in 1.5 turns, and right now it's shooting just below or around 1.2 joules. That's the last shot, so that's a little bit low, but then the gas was running out, so then the joules dropped a lot. But this is actually really nice, and also the meter per second difference is really good. It's really good. Now I also must say that I did shim all my magazines, so the router seal to nozzle seal is excellent, so that helps a lot. But these values are beyond what I had with the least precision valve, so the least precision kind of valves. So this is really awesome. So now I'm going to test a little bit higher pressure gas and see what that does. Not really sure if I can get this in the picture, but we'll see how it goes.
Overkant. And now I'm empty. So, I think it goes. I hope I got the last thing in the video quite alright. I'm not sure. But, you know, these values, this is pretty damn good. I'm genuinely surprised by this. I thought it was going to drop far more dramatically like it does with the least precision valves. So this really surprises me. As you can see right there, I hope it's possible to get some light in there. That's kind of difficult, maybe if I turn on the flash. But there it is. There is the NPAS, or part of it at least. Again, fucking happy with this.
It's not locking to the rear on the last shot. It's not clearing a second magazine currently at about 18 degrees Celsius with 5x green gas. That has to do with the colder temperatures now here in December. It's just not able to clear two magazines with this kind of regular green gas. If I would use a stronger gas, it will probably clear two magazines. If it would have been a little bit hotter, it would also not have a problem clearing two magazines. Also remember that the gas efficiency of this KWA Tavor is not the best that's out there, but usually you are able to clear two magazines on a regular warm day. So this is a new magazine, still about 18 degrees Celsius. We're shooting 0.3 gram BBs, now with the blue gas from Lelax that is a little bit stronger. That's it, it locks up on empty. That's nice. So there are clearly some fluctuations, as you can saw in the beginning. So it starts off on the high side, it even rose a little bit. And then it slowly decreased in muzzle velocity or muzzle energy. Alright, we're going to load up one more time to see how many shots we can get out of this. So the magazine will have some time to warm up again. Alright, here we go again. That's it. So in current conditions, it will shoot 62 rounds, and then it is out of gas. Now that's not bad, but in summer conditions it will shoot a little bit better. This is just not a rifle that is really suited to be used in the winter time, even though it's still 18 degrees Celsius here. It is there's just not enough heat or energy in the air to keep this rifle running for at least 2 magazines on one gas load. That's just how it is. Yeah, so I recorded pretty much everything for the video already, but I decided to go the extra distance. So I decided to put all the FPS readings of the FPS measurements that I just took into Excel, and then show you the global result, because I think the global result tells a positive story. So I will put the graph up. Yeah, we're going to disregard the results for the 0.2 and 0.36 results. Those are pretty stable, but that's also over 10 measured shots. So I think it's better to look at the orange line and also at the bright blue line, because the bright blue line, that was a refill of the same magazine, and yes, you can see that drops off pretty fast. But if you look at the orange graph, then you can actually see that Of course, we start on the high side of the joules, but then globally, over the remaining 30 shots or so, we do actually reach quite a stable line around the 1.15 joules, which then after the 30 shots, it becomes, it drops off a little bit more, but still it remains relatively stable. So I think that we can be positive on the behavior or the performance of the NPAS, which is actually pretty okay. If you look at it from shot to shot, across all the shots taken, then you remember how high it starts off and how low you end. And I don't think that's really fair to remember the performance like that. It's better to look at it in a graph like this. This tells a much more positive result at how stable the NPAS and the rifle also actually performs. So it's actually not that bad. So now that I'm looking at it like this, I'm actually much more happy about how this thing works, even in the current conditions where it's about 80 degrees Celsius and we are in the last part of the year at the end of December. Even then, it's performing pretty okay. Yes, it cannot clear 2 magazines, and that's not that great. I have to admit that, of course. But still, it's not bad. It's just not bad. It's just actually pretty decent for, this thing, and it's not the greatest rifle. That is something that we absolutely have to acknowledge. But if we look at the performance in the graph that is currently up, and I'm quite happy with that. So let's put up the next graph. So this graph shows the behavior on the different Phylax gas, so the blue gas, the little bit stronger gas. So yes, in the beginning it shows some weird behavior. It fluctuates quite a bit up to like 24 shots or 22 shots, something like that. In the beginning it even rises a little bit, but that is a little bit strange behavior. I cannot really explain that, but that's just how that's just what resulted from the measurements. But after that, if you forget the first few shots, then the FPS drop is actually not bad at all. Yes, it jumps up and down a little bit, but at the, what is it, 24? At about 24 shots, it also keeps relatively stable around the 1 joule mark. Up to about the 40th shot. After that we reload again, and then the first shot that we take is at about 1.1 joule. And then still also on the second magazine, or the second BB load in the same magazine, we still see that the FPS is still relatively stable, and yes, it drops off at the end, but that is also as expected. But it's pretty decent behavior for, not the most ideal and efficient airsoft rifle. So I think the NPAS performance is really good. It shows from these graphs, and I'm really happy with that. So let's just let's now wrap up this video. What we also must not forget is that when we're looking at this data, we're of course spamming the trigger every second and a half or so. That's of course not realistic shooting behavior. That's just for this test. So even if it would be a more realistic skirmish scenario, then the muzzle velocity will also stay much more stable, I think. And besides that, I also think that it would then continue to shoot at a higher joule output, about or around the 1.2 joule mark that also the NPAS was kind of set for. So then you can expect also better shot-to-shot consistency. And you will of course also get more rounds out of one gas load of your magazine, because you're not shooting as much and the magazine has time to warm up a little bit more in between shots or in between shooting at an enemy player. So to wrap up this video, as you've seen in the chronograph results from all the all three tests. It shoots way too hot out of the box, so it needs an NPAS or something to be able to regulate the energy, because it shoots way too powerful for most regulations in most countries, I believe. So with the prototype I was really getting excellent results. That also had to do with the gas that I was using at the time. I was then shooting 0.3s or 0.32s. Now you also need to remember, and I don't want to repeat myself too much, what you will be getting is highly depending on the gas that you're using, the temperature, time of year can matter, BBs, all those things impact performance. It's just how it is. This also is a airsoft rifle that is not the best performing or most gas efficient rifle to begin with, and that is just how it is. But still, the NPAS does what it needs to do, and it will make this rifle shoot within regulations for where you want to play. And yeah, that is a really nice result. I am pretty happy with how that whole project and the NPAS development turned out. It makes this gun playable. I can adjust it on the fly if I need to. I just really hope that the people that are going to order this NPAS kit from me, that they are just as satisfied with it as I am, because I'm really happy with it, because it makes this thing playable. It's just a pity that KWA has decided not to make these anymore, because it's just a fun airsoft rifle. It's well made. Of course, certain things could be better, especially the hop-up. And that will be part of the next video. So the next video we will talk about the hop-up design and how I made a top dead center mod possible, even with an adjustment through the rear sight. So if I flip this up, I'm now able to get an Allen key or a hex key in there and adjust my hop-up, which is really cool. But that's part of the next video, and I will see you in the next video.